Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at useless jobs that actually exist in North Korea. So some people might say no job is useless. But I mean, in North Korea anything is can become useless, I guess. All right, let's check it out. The original video will be down in the description if you guys want to go and check it out. So let's get right into it.
North Korea is a country that's riddled with inefficiencies, all in the
Yep.
name of making the country appear like a prosperous and powerful nation. And it's the
Mm.
people that this duty falls on. From
Everybody
stone
knows that's
polishers to
not the
puddle
case.
sweepers, let's take a look at some of the
Puddle
useless jobs that
sweepers.
actually exist in North Korea. Before we dive into this sack of incredibly corrupt cats, let's find out a bit more about why North Korea is so determined to
The
appear
interview,
calm
I
to
saw
the rest of
it.
the world. The
I saw
Democratic
it.
People's Republic of Korea, more commonly known as North Korea, couldn't be further from a real democracy if it tried.
Oh.
A communist dictatorship at heart, the party's ideologies of communism have wreaked havoc on its people for decades. Collectivized farms have often led to economically mismanaged food shortages, and corruption is rife within the country's elite. So while the poor starve on meager rations, the supreme leader has reportedly suffered ankle fractures because he's gotten too fat off imported cheese. To maintain control and ensure the country keeps
Cheese.
working, the government designates its citizens jobs at the age of 16, which are lifelong careers. No promotions, no pay raises, and with no retirement age, you literally work until you die. But some of these
Damn.
jobs are designed purely to make the country look better on the outside, despite the enormous cracks clearly shown
So
to
they
the rest
give
of the
you
world.
a
So, if
job?
you're not in the 8.9 million strong military, which make up about a third of the total population, what are some of the most useless jobs you can be forced to do for the rest of your life?
So since
Street
16
sweepers.
until they
With an
pretty
average
much
per
die,
capita
they have the
income of
same
just
job.
$1,000 a year, most
Damn.
North Koreans are extremely poor. This makes things like cars, motorcycles, even bicycles incredibly hard to come by. So the streets of the capital city Pyongyang are eerily silent, despite having been built so large and wide as a display of prosperity and power. With the streets built to accommodate a lot more traffic than there is, they're usually quiet and clean. But what if your lifelong job was to be a designated street cleaner? Do you just continue to clean the already spotless roads regardless? Well, yeah. Secret footage taken in 2010 shows that without anything better to do, cleanup squads were attempting to brush away the puddles from the sides of the road in Pyongyang. Since when are puddles considered unsightly? That is, unless North Korea doesn't want us to think it relies on anything. Not even rain.
Not
Political
even right.
oppositions. Did you know North Korea holds legitimate elections every 5 years? No joke. Every half decade, the citizens of the Hermit Kingdom are given the opportunity to vote back in their current party, the Workers' Party of Korea, or vote against them, except it's mandatory. And while voting for the current ruling party is done by a secret ballot, voting against them is done in a separate ballot box, without secrecy. Your name and information are forfeit for voting against the party of the respected comrade who is identical to Supreme Commander Kim Jong-il. That's a genuine title Kim Jong-un holds. Previous parties that have run against
What?
the Democratic People's Republic of Korea include the Korea Buddhist Federation, the Democratic Independent Party, the Laboring People's Party, and the Gonmin People's Party. To clarify, none of them seem to have won any seats in the last 48 years. Almost every election under the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is reported to have a turnout rate of 99% or higher, with an approval rating for the party of 100%. It's almost as if these political parties are left running for show to demonstrate just how tight the WPK's political grip currently is. So, in theory, you could try to run against the current leader, Kim Jong-un. Just depends on how much you value your life. Stone cleaner. North Korea
Stone
gets an average
cleaner?
of around 4,000 to 6,000 Western tourists a year. Less than 0.02% of London's tourist footfall in 2018, and 0.007% in contrast to New York. With so few people visiting, how do you make important places of culture look like they're popular? Well, if you're part of North Korea's Victorious War Museum, it appears you have a dedicated stone cleaner. From more secret footage in 2010, reporters found a poor lady scrubbing pathway stones in the museum courtyard. It seems it's considered unsightly to have dirt build up on stones, indicating no one has visited for a while. She was quickly escorted away from the tourists' prying eyes. North Korea's front of perfection can't be ruined by the idea that most of its country is unbelievably poor, so poor that cleaning rocks for a living is a government-mandated job. Snowpath clearer.
I mean,
In the northernmost area
at
of
least
North
they
Korea
don't.
lies Chongcheon, the place where Kim Jong-il,
At least they don't have
sorry,
much
the eternal general
stress.
secretary of the party, was born. I promise I'm not making these up. It's a place designed to be celebrated with large murals honoring the dead dear leader, but is usually off limits. And not just to tourists, but to locals alike, seeing as the snow is so dense and dangerous, and vehicles are rarely equipped to deal with the conditions. But even here, large monuments and paths are kept clear at all times of the year, not by gritters or snowplows, but by hand. The
By
job of snow
hand.
clearers once again falls to the poor, who continue to work in the harsh weather, even when there are no visitors. Shoveling your driveway doesn't seem so bad now, does it? Traffic conductor. In most societies, beautiful women have the world at their feet. They can be actresses, CEOs, models, entrepreneurs, but in North Korea, they get to
I
be
guess.
traffic ladies. These weirdly iconic
Yay.
women have to meet three main requirements. They must be single, beautiful, and tall. There are about
Tall?
300 of them in total, and they are designed to be a front for Pyongyang to maintain the idea of a
Oh,
perfect
she is
society.
beautiful.
There are even rumors that these beauties are handpicked for their job by the dear leader himself. But remember how before we saw that there aren't huge amounts of traffic around? Well, these women
What?
are instructed to carry on regardless. It's like the Macarena combat in the middle of the road.
She's just-
On top of this, once they reach the age of 26 or are married, they're relieved of duty. It's a declining profession as they're losing out to the introduction of traffic lights. Like the
Yay.
rest of the world, better 90 years late than never, I guess. Fashion police.
Fashion police.
are real, and they live in North Korea. In a country where it's a priority to quash all foreign influences, fashion comes in high on the list. The Kim Il-sungist and Kim Jong-ilist Youth League make it their duty to ensure that their fellow comrades are maintaining ideological purity and play a role in making sure the youth of North Korea are kept from rebelling or opposing their glorious general, who descended from heaven. Yep, that one's real too. So how do they do this?
What?
They critique street fashion. Deviating from dark suits and flat shoes, or anything too decorative or unusual, could be considered foreign influence and can be punished by a stint in a labor camp. But here's a thought. If your entire regime can be broken by a miniskirt, maybe you need a new regime. Religious figureheads. In North Korea's constitution, it promises a right to faith. But
Wait,
officially,
no.
North Korea is an atheist state. Defectors claim that
Those
the
people are
promise of this
simps.
right is mainly for show, with persecution and
I'm
severe
not a simp.
punishments for practicing
Never
religion
see me
such as
doing that.
Christianity outside of state-controlled churches. Anything that would divert the people's full attention, respect, and worship from the party or its highest incarnation of the revolutionary comradeship can be judged as a religious coup d'etat. If that's the case, how would you get by being a priest? Or any kind of religious figurehead for that matter? Well, usually, you don't. In Pyongyang, there are a grand total of 4 churches: Christian, Protestant, Catholic, and Russian Orthodox. In a city of similar size such as Lisbon, there are over 19 churches. Or take Geneva with 18 churches. With everyone indoctrinated since birth to treat the Kim family as
Look
neocon-like
at their
figures, what
faces.
use is there for religion?
Look at their face.
Musician. In 2015,
Yo, I feel bad for the ladies, bro. Yeah, I mean, look at her face. She's not even looking at the camera. She's looking off to the left. This kid. Holy. This lady. And especially her, bro. Oh, dude, no.
the Kim
Poor
family
people.
is neocon-like figures. What use is there for religion? Musician. In 2015, outstanding leader of the party, army, and people, Kim Jong-un, seriously, what's wrong with president, ordered a ban on music. House-to-house searches were put into place, not just in search
What?
of foreign champs, but local tunes as well. CDs and
What?
cassettes were incinerated if found to contain newly law prohibited material. Why? Concern arose within the party that certain lyrics could motivate dissent. Musicians and their music must be given state authorization to be distributed to the masses, making musicians almost irrelevant within the country's confines. But it's not as if they were being paid royalties anyway. To date, around 15 civilian bands are authorized by the state, but there's no guarantee they won't be censored in the future. Mosaic Board Holder.
Mosaic
Most of the
board
world has
holder.
become enamored with augmented reality features at their sporting events. South Korea, in particular, have used this stunning technology in Pyeongchang's Olympic opening ceremony
wow.
to show a map of constellations, as well as bringing dragons into their baseball games. But just a stone's throw away in North Korea, well, it's a little more of a hands-on experience. Literally. At the Arirang Mass Games, you can see a wide range of human sports and acrobatics performed, but take another look at that impressive mosaic at the back. It's not a giant screen. Those are people.
Yeah.
Human pixels, if you will, acting each as one piece of an ever-changing puzzle. The 10,000 citizens here aren't doing this for a paycheck. It's an example of
And they-
volunteers showing commitment to their party and hoping to grace the state's good books. Why
They
bother
gotta
with the
hide it.
Jumbotron? I'm never complaining about my job again. If you were given the choice, which of these jobs would you prefer to spend the rest of your life doing?
If I had to choose, let me see. Musician, religion, no. Traffic. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I don't think I'll be good for that. It's not a snowpath. Stone cleaner. I mean, it's a simple job. It's a simple job. No stress. Respect comrade who is identical. I don't know what that is. Political positions. Street. Maybe a street sweeper. Either a street sweeper or a stone cleaner. You know, they seem relatively easy. You know, although the lady seemed, yeah, she seemed kind of sad though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment on any other videos you want me to react to. So, thank you guys, and I'll see you later.